What is up, my good dudes? Today, well, we're working on the van. We're back on this. All the coolant leaks I was able to address were solid. And you might be thinking, Ethan, if that's the case, then why are you, once again, draining out your coolant? And that's because before I was suspicious of that intake manifold gasket, and I still am, and well, I got proof that that is the case. So today we're gonna tear into the van, we're gonna replace the intake manifold gasket and at least the passenger side valve cover gasket, try and sew up that oil leak as well. I've never done it before, so if you're looking for a definitive video on this, there's about a bazillion other videos to do this, so I'm going to be doing a lot of time lapse today. But if there's anything that I noticed that stands out specifically for the G20 van that is different that I realize, I will tell you. So that way at least this is useful for anybody who's trying to find G20 van working on content, because I know it's pretty sparse out there on the YouTubes. So yeah, let's get to work. I think I've just found the wildest oil leak I've ever fucking seen. And it's objectively ridiculous. So let me show you. So, if you look down in here, you might see that gap. This valve cover is resting on that engine bracket. So we couldn't, like I haven't even touched any of the bolts for the valve cover. And there, I haven't even, like the only thing I took off over here was this heater hose or coolant thing. That's crazy. No wonder it doesn't fucking seal. That is wild. And some of you might remember that I pointed out this before and it was really dirty. I pressure washed this back here beforehand. No wonder it's just dumping it. Okay, back to the shit show. All right, here's where we are. And it shouldn't be too difficult to put back together because everything on the top of this motor is like 3 different sizes of bolts. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to take out all of the bolts in the order they came out and set them down back here somewhere. At least run a screwdriver across the edges where I can get it. Okay, I cleaned it up the best I could and oh my god. Oh my god. It is so unbelievably filthy. A little bit of wiggle. Just a little bit of wiggle. Let's get that back corner up. Okay. Whatever I had left of my intake manifold gaskets are now properly ruined. Let's move forward. Okay. I pulled that sensor out of the way. I think we're ready. Or we're gonna find out what's still connected. Ah, shit. Hell yeah. If you're doing this in a G20, do put down like drop claws or something, because like chances of you fucking up your interior are super high. Looks like she's missed a few oil changes. It probably doesn't help that all that gunk and debris is just getting right through underneath this. It's not sealed all the way across. Oh, okay. We're not working on that yet. We're not there yet. All right, we will have to stick more in the ports, but I want to make a good example of this guy up here. If I can get more light in there. You see all the rust sort of building up around here? Right there at the top where there's actually no gasket. Holy shit, there's no gasket. This whole section tore. It's probably on the bottom of the intake manifold. But if that came off there so easily, well, I mean, our rust speaks for itself. Right, this is the part where I'm supposed to sound smart and like I actually know what I'm doing and not just some fucking idiot fumbling around in a driveway trying as hard as I can not to fuck shit up. Okay, so all the rust and stuff right there. We were leaking right here and it looks like we might have been on this side as well. This has too much oil to verify whether or not there was a leak here, and that side actually looks pretty good. So now I'm going to stuff rags into our ports for our intake and to our coolant jackets on the 4 corners, and I think these are heat risers to warm the intake or something. I'm going to clean those out and I'm going to stuff a rag in there too, and that's, I'll catch up with you after that. Hi, Colton.
Hello.
My good dude Colton stopped by to eyeball this engine with me to, well, you know, I got about this far and then I went from feeling real good to being like, oh, maybe I should have had somebody here to at least pay attention. So I invited him over. Job. And he came over because he's a good friend and he has a day off. So yeah, I'm about up to here on both sides cleaning, and he was, what do you think of that gap?
I don't think you have a valve cover.
I don't. That thing's fucked.
You got a matching set? No?
Yeah, no, that side's fine. That side wasn't even leaking.
Yeah, well, all your power's been going. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, so do you think it'll explode considering she makes good oil pressure now if we seal it up.
Yeah, so when we fix it, we're actually going to be breaking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this was by design.
Yeah, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this lets the horsepower breathe.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I know what's wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no oil in it.
Ain't got no oil in it.
I mean, I guess it's been happy like this.
It has been. It's been making good oil pressure. She runs really good. It doesn't even smoke really bad.
But it's to spec a 1/4-inch gap in your valve cover.
Yeah, it's to spec. Do you think that if we put this on the ground and hammer where the bolt holes are, we can bring that down? We can hammer it in until it's like reasonably flat enough to take a gasket again? Because I have any gaskets.
Maybe. How flimsy is this? Not flimsy.
No. No.
Fuck, why not?
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I can weld that.
Nah, just put some JB weld on it.
I don't have any JB weld.
Ethan, you become too prim.
Too prim to proper. Oh, line the. Just actually, don't even do anything with that. Just fill this hole.
Yeah.
With JB weld.
Yeah, actually, that's nothing else is wrong.
Yeah, I think that's clearly our only path
Or if
forward.
you got some silicone like caulking, we can.
Ooh, yeah. You know, just get some Loctite caulking. You know, and just. See, you get it. You get it.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
All right. Intake manifold is about as clean as we're gonna get it. I really tried, but oh, it's just so much.
For a quick job.
Yeah. And then the throttle body is a different color. It was black and now it is brown. Could be worse, could be better, but I would call it an improvement. What do you think, Mr. Golden?
I think she's better than she'd get from most.
That's one. I should have a better place to put these. I'll clean them up later.
Have you got a close above that gap?
Huh?
Have you got a close above that gap?
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
You have crap for me?
Yeah, it's a heater tube, isn't it?
Oh. Okay.
Ooh, she is just
uber bent.
as clean as the day she was put in.
All right.
Okay, let's see if we can
put it back right.
Get it bent at least better until you can get a new one.
Yes. Do you want me to open this?
I think that one's fine. I want your opinion on our new gas pedal.
It's ridiculous, but sure. Leave it?
Ethan, I think you got it a size too small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not
size.
foot size. It's a little bit closer.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
These are actually a little roomy, so.
So bad.
Is it spray painted black? No, that's like an old grill.
I do have an idea though.
Yeah.
So it looks like when they were just wrenching these bolts down, it like widened it. You can see by looking down the side. If we hammer these up from the bottom, we might be able to reshape it enough.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh, that's why there's a hole in it, because the spot weld pulled out.
Yep.
And right there, that's about to go. And we just set this down something where we can get this side flat and then hammer that down.
Yeah.
Maybe tack weld that back together.
That'd probably be a good idea. Takes a delicate touch.
Delicate touch. We're actually really close.
It's looking a lot better.
A lot better. Before you could see it like physically bow out along that edge.
It's a lot straighter.
It's a lot straighter. We might be able to salvage it.
At least temporarily.
Yeah, I'll probably order a new one regardless. All right, Colton had a great idea. After we straightened out this like side, this inner lip was still bowing out. So we took this rounded edged flat chisel thing I had lying around, and we hit it in the corner and then walked it out to about there so it hits that rolled edge, and then hammered that down. And now when we look down the side of it, it is significantly straighter. So what we're going to do now is pull out where it's bent here, here, and here, and then do a little bit more straightening off camera. And then I'm going to re-weld that spot weld where this is supposed to align. And I genuinely think this is going to work. I'm so excited. All right, Colton got called back into work, and we got this mostly straightened out. See my little tack weld right there. It's way straighter. It actually looks like it'll sit down on there, but I don't know if I can get this in a way. It's still a little gap on there, and I've got a couple of ideas. I've been pounding on this for probably 20 minutes, just trying to get all the edges straighter, get it to like cinch down tight. And I'll tighten these down and I'll show you what I got. Right. So, no more visible gap. Will it hold oil? I don't know, maybe. I think there's a decent shot of it. It's about as tight as the guy could get it. Everything's cleaned up. Valve cover thing attempt to reseat as far as I'm willing to take it, and we can see down in our valley that apparently I did a good job. There's only a couple of little bits, so I'm gonna get those cleaned out of here, and then I'm gonna prep this block to take the intake manifold. I'm about to put the valve cover gaskets on here, and to hold them in place as well as take care of some other issues, put a thin coat of silicone around these edges, around the water jets, so that way it'll fill in any like pitting in the cast or in the metal. From all of the videos I've watched over the years and so on, I'm opting to use this stuff. It's Right Stuff Permatex 90-minute gasket maker. This is what I have read about online in forums. They say that you should use this, and we're going to use that in place of the gaskets on our walls of our valley here. And we're going to take a little bit of extra and we're going to put it in all four corners where the heads meet the block. I think I'm going to go for like a 1/4 inch thick glob all the way along there, and then I want a super thin layer around our water jackets. So with that being said, I'm gonna get after it. Okay, it's been about an hour and we are ready to torque down our intake manifold bolts. In that hour that passed, I sat down and I went through a bunch of forums and so on to figure out what the torque spec was for this, and I read anywhere between 20 and 35 foot-pounds, and then I found a step-by-step tutorial video made by a reputable content creator, and they said to do it up to 25 foot-pounds. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And you can see that I've sort of got this bullshit right here laying over the top of the motor. Well, that's because I realized that this guy right here needs to bolt down to that intake manifold bolt right here. So we're going to undo this one, tighten it back down to crudely where it's supposed to be, and then we are going to go through and tighten all these down. We're going to step torque it, I believe that's the terminology, to 10 foot-pounds. Only the finest Harbor Freight torque wrench. When we do this, we want to work from the inside bolts to the outside bolts to make everything spread out evenly. At least that's what I remember from my high school shop class. Let's begin. Oh yeah, and you want to do a star pattern. Okay, and this one will be here. Then this one. And this one. This one. Then I'm going to this bolt. And then the very back one. Let's see if I can snag my way through this. I'm going to get longer side. Nope. Good. And this one. Right? Sure, probably. And this one. Okay, that's 10. We'll bump up to 20. 20 here. 20. This one. And this one. Right here. This guy. This guy. This guy. And then. Yep, and then. Oh, I'm gonna get lost because I'm down. 20, maybe we'll go to 30. I did see 30 a lot. I only saw 35 once. I saw 30 more often than I saw 25. Who's it gonna hurt besides me? And we'll just fire right through it. Very affirmative clicks now. I feel it. Oh. Alright, I'm going to just go through one more time, make sure everything's good. We should be good to start reassembling everything. Nervous, but I'm excited. Even if those gaskets on the front and back leak oil, and this still leaks oil, it still won't be worse than it was. And we're going to cross our fingers and hope and pray that we did a good enough job to seal up our intake. We don't have any vacuum leaks and that we aren't leaking coolant anymore. So let me double check everything, make sure this piece of junk Harbor Freight torque wrench is set right, and we'll keep moving. We're going to start reassembling. This was sticking straight out the back. Is the last thing I needed to take off before I pulled off the intake manifold. So I guess we should start there. Throttle body off, those parts and connections, and then I went around this way in the back. So now we're gonna go around this way and then put the throttle body on. You can tell I only use the most scientific of methods whilst working on my personal vehicles. The only sensor I pulled, please throw it back in, thank you. And I'll plug that in when I get the rest of this put back together. In that tutorial I watched while looking for torque specs, they'd put the distributor in first before putting this on. I don't know if my stuff's just, well, this is a van and not a truck. That might have something to do with why this is easier to put on before we do the distributor. And well, that's on the top of mind. Let's put a distributor on. Hey, okay, so I know that square part of this points back at like a 45-degree angle, and I made a little X mark on the top where I want my distributor to point, because that's where the engine is. And if it fires or does dumb shit, I can pull the distributor back out and adjust it from there. But that should get us pretty much on mark. So when I did pull this up, it did twist, but I was holding the plate in place, or I was holding something. I know this needs to land like that, but I know if I set this in here, that distributor will move that way, right? Yeah. Now we need to see if I put that in the right place. Coil is here, and it's not pointing at it. So I need to move it like a tooth that way. And I do have pictures from me working on it before, so if I need to reference that, I can. You're fucking this up. I forgot that we got a distributor seal in our little parts kit. So that's cool. Let's see which one of these guys is the right one. I'm assuming it's this black one. No, it is not the black one. Where do you go? Oh well. Maybe it's for two different kinds of distributor. Perfect. That's what I want. Okay, now back to the finagling. I just realized that when I was taking this off, I hit it about as bazillion times with this ratcheting wrench, and there's so much gunk on this fucking motor that it left a witness mark. So now I can tighten this down and it'll be exactly where it's supposed to be, this part, and we will know if this is out of whack. Wait, am I dumb? I might be dumb. Fuck, I gotta do it all over again. God damn it. Off a tooth. Yep, that's right. Feel it in my bones. Is this all the way down? No, it's not all the way down. Why aren't you going all the way down? Okay, I think I actually have it set to the right position. I took out my Uber screwdriver, dropped it into the motor, and just turned the oil pump to the position I believe that this rotor should be facing. And that lined up with the gear, and now it's sitting flush at the base, which means I did it right. Theoretically, I'm about to put this on here and make sure that it lines up with this guy, because that's the one I scraped on with the zip tie, because it was pointing right at it. With all of that being said, right there. Okay, let's try it. Here's the guy. Lines up with the corner of this box. We lift this off. It's pointing right the fuck there. God damn, it hurts to be this fucking smart. Oh my god. Okay. Crisis averted. Torquing it down. Double checking my witness marks in the grime. That's right where it should fucking be. And I'm gonna pretend I didn't spend 30 goddamn fucking minutes trying to get that bolt to just fucking line up. All right. We can just slide our cap back down. Bam, bam, bam. Screwdriver. God, it's already coming back together so quickly. I try not to say in a very self-deprecating way. Now, if I was a wise man, which I am clearly not, I would have replaced this cap and rotor while I was in here. But unlike others, I don't suffer from the while we're in here sickness. And it always bites me in the ass. So maybe I should be alright then. Who knows? But our distributor cap is back on. And that goes on the ignition coil. And that did not give me an affirmative click. Why? Oh, fuck you. Just do it. Just do the thing. There it is. Now, another issue of me not being a wise man. Alright guys, you have to find some forgiveness for me, but it's getting late, and it is, as a matter of fact, still currently February, and even though it was a very nice day, it's getting colder. It was mostly just a bunch of me fumbling around trying to get everything into place. The only real notes that I have is this bracket, that bracket, and this bracket back here don't seem to exist on the square body trucks. I think that this one does if it's an AC truck. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward. And if I had taken a lot more pictures, it would have been a lot easier. Luckily, I did take one picture, and it let me put this back together, and we're gonna see if my bullshitted timing job actually worked or not. So let's give it a shot. I might have to advance or retard the timing some, but I'll also give all of that a go once I have the cooling system and stuff finished. But I finally got to a point where I could feel confident actually firing it up, so I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm gonna button this back up, and I'll just I'll give you guys an update. I'll see you on the other side. All right, it's about 1 in the morning. Intake manifold gasket in. First little drive. I think we'll be all right. Been idling for about 20 minutes. Took me an embarrassing amount of time to get the distributor in correctly, but I did that before I fired it up, and it seems to be working all right. Well, that's about it for now. I'll check in with you guys after a bit. All right, it is the next day, and we've been driving a little, and we don't have any oil leaks from the valve cover, no coolant leaks from the intake manifold, and there's a reason why you probably shouldn't pressure wash your throttle body. It was black, and now it is brown. My throttle position sensor went out, and that's what was giving me the check engine light. So now she fires up way better. Way better. Love it. Till next time, have a good one, my good dudes. Of course, I have to sit down and go through and find all of my stuff, because I'm working in the dark again. This one, right? Sure, probably. God, it hurts being this fucking smart all the time. Nobody should let me have tools. Nobody should let me have tools. With enough time, with an absurdly ridiculous amount of time, I can do anything. I had it wrong, 'cause I'm dumb.